Hold on, we got Shannon Sharpe opens up about the undisputed breakup with Skip Bayless. If you've been living underneath a rock, Shannon Sharpe and Skip has been broke. I think it's been less than, I don't even think it's been a year yet since Shannon Sharpe has left Undisputed, and literally his career has skyrocketed with Club Shay Shay, his Nightcap podcast. Shannon Sharpe is a part of the culture, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know, breaking away from Undisputed, maybe Undisputed was holding him back, but Undisputed hasn't been the same since Shannon Sharpe left. But he chimes in with Cam Newton. I'm not sure if this is the first time he's touching this topic, but we're going to dive in to see how good this conversation was between him and Cam.
Skip, right? Was the frustration with Skip, or was the frustration with the network or the executives?
Ooh, you got to think about it.
I think for me, I really appreciate Skip believing in me and bringing me there. Even when the network wanted him to hire a journalist, because I was really the first athlete to sit down and sit across from a journalist and debate topics.
Right.
People know that you can talk about football because obviously you played the game. Can he talk about basketball?
Right.
Can he talk about golf? Can he talk about baseball? Can he talk about social issues if they were to arise? So Skip believed that I could, and the opportunity presented itself, and I took full advantage of it.
I got a mosquito in here, man.
Maybe it was a combination of things. Maybe there's some things I could have done differently. Maybe I should have just
Shannon's beating around the bush. You know, he's not making eye contact with Cam Newton. It's like and of course, interviews like this, they're never really as raw as Cat Williams, where you're just gonna sit on a couch and just say everything. But you could look at his body language, and it's like, you could tell Skip was definitely one of the reasons he's left, but he's not gonna say it publicly. So he's gonna, like, talk about the good time and praise Skip. But if you listen to, like, it's a lot of well and maybes. Like, I get what this is, man. He's not trying to shame Skip.
Maybe it was a combination of things. Maybe
a
there's some things
combination
I could have
of
done
things.
differently. Maybe I should have just had a conversation with Skip.
Damn, mosquito biting me, yo. Damn.
Before it even got to that point, maybe said something differently, but I don't know. It's really hard to say. I just think that that after 7 years and you with somebody, and this is what I tell people about relationships, it's easier to grow apart than grow together. And maybe that was the 7 year, you have 17-year locusts that they come once every 17 years. Well, maybe this was a 7 years, this was all I was supposed to get out of that. Maybe this was the bridge that I was supposed to travel on for 7 years. And then after that, that bridge was gonna collapse and it was gonna force me to go do something else.
But even then, was that the straw that broke the camel back?
What?
See, if somebody else had said what Skip said, I wouldn't have batted an eye. But we're supposed to be teammates.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's what hurt me more than anything. My teammate, that's what he thought of me. It's kind of like when somebody else says something like, nothing gets you more upset than when your boys hit you.
Or somebody who really, you said 4 names. I know one of them was Sterling Sharpe.
Yeah, like my homeboy, and I know, like, we and my homeboys, we joke a lot, but I know where not to go.
It's to a degree.
Yes, you can joke, but let's not go there. Let's not play in that area.
Right.
And so I was like, and at that point in time, now here's the guy that I had stood up for Skip. When guys come on and try to take shots at Skip, I was there, I stood up. Nah, bro, this is not your show. This is Skip and Shannon. This ain't you. You're not going to take no shots. We're not going to do that, so forth and so on. And in that moment, to think that because I said Tom Brady wasn't playing well, and he wasn't playing well. And I think that's one of the things that most people like about me, because I don't have a problem. If a guy's not playing well, Cam, he's just not playing well.
And it happens.
But yes, and this is not to take away anything what that person has already accomplished. But we're talking about now. We're not talking about, we'll evaluate his career once it's over, but we're talking about in the moment.
Yeah.
He wasn't playing well.
Yep.
So I was just disappointed how it handled. I thought it could have been handled could have been handled better by management, but it was handled the way it was handled. I thank Fox for the opportunity. And the only thing that I get upset about, you know what I hear people say, Skip gave you, Skip made you. Now, had I not made it, what would y'all have said? They wouldn't have said Skip was the reason why I failed. So in other words, when I'm successful, you give him all the credit and give me none of it. So if I'd have failed, you'd have gave me all the blame and gave him none of it. So the thing, I guess Jay-Z coined the line, was, if he made me,
Make another me.
Make another one.
I had one, and I was like, let me see if I can do this again. I did another
No,
one.
make
So I was
another
3 for
one.
3, so yeah. So it should be relatively easy if you can just spit guys out, because they say he made Stephen A. Okay, he made Shannon.
Make another one.
It's not as easy as one would think it is.
I say it like this, and we're gonna move on to this game. You better than me. Real shit.
I think the thing is, you know what, Cam? When I go, one of the first things when I sit down with advertisers, or I sit down with sponsors, or I sit down with people that want to collab, one of the first things they say is that they're proud of how I handled that situation. The first, not that my resume or what I did, how you handled that situation in that moment. Right. And if you did not see that moment, if you just watched the rest of the show, you'd have never knew that happened. Right.
Yeah.
Because the one thing that most athletes are great at is compartmentalizing.
That is a
Yep.
fact.
That happened. I knew it happened. There's no way around it. It was trending. My homeboys were calling me, man, what's going on, man? I can't believe that, what said that, blah, blah, blah.
Where he stay at?
My sister's upset. Even my mom, and my mom, she watched, but she's like, so I've got a lot of emotions because I'm looking at my phone and I see all of a sudden this message. And I'm like, Shannon, you still got an hour and 45 minutes. You still got 2 hours in this show. Be professional, and then we'll address whatever needs to be addressed after the show.
Right.
And I was proud because
When you took them specs off,
man,
I said, somebody better get them. A couple of y'all better get them, because what I'm looking at now, what I was looking at then, still looking at, I'm like, whoa, who gonna stop them?
Yeah, I was visibly upset because if somebody would have told me that he would have done that to me, I wouldn't have believed it. But I appreciate it. I think one day we'll sit down and we'll have a conversation. Right. That hasn't happened yet. But he and I sit down and have a conversation because we did have 7 great years. Yes. And what I will not allow is that the 7 great years we had to be ruined by one moment.
Right.
And that happens a lot, even in relationships. I've been in relationships for 10 years and all people harp about is the last 1 year or the last 6 months in which it wasn't good.
Right.
It's, hey, if you're in a relationship, 80% of the time, 90% of the time, things go well. But somehow we seem to focus on the 10 to 20% when things don't go well, and we live in that area. Correct. And I won't do that.
Say less.
Yo, it's so crazy. Cam is only 35. Yo, shout out to Cam in his studio. Like, as they're talking, I'm like looking in the background, and you just see like Cam's signature hats, like one over here on this desk, one in the back, like these fedoras. Yo, Cam is like innovating his own swag out here. But if you don't know what conversation Shannon's talking about, he's talking about the infamous debate where he was being extra critical of Tom Brady. Skip Bayless is like a Tom Brady apologist. You know what I mean? One of the many things I like about Skip. You know what I mean? Like, whenever he believes in someone, he believes in someone to the moon, bro. Whether it's Tim Tebow, Johnny Manziel. Debate comes. Shannon Sharpe offers a harsh critique of Tom Brady. I could probably look for the clip since this is one of my shorter videos. I could just edit it into the end. I'll probably just edit it into the end of this and just leave it off there. So we got Shannon Sharpe opens up about the undisputed breakup and Skip Bayless.
Hate. Wait a minute. This is just straight hate by a guy who's jealous that he is still playing at a high level at 45 when you had to stop at 35.
Yeah, that's what you do.
That's the point.
That's what you do. Every time I call something into question, I'm jealous.
No.
Skip, I did what I
never
did.
said you were jealous of Baker Mayfield.
Skip, I did what I did. You make it seem like I was a bum. I'm in the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got 3 Super Bowls.
So what?
So what
He's
is
way better than
crazy?
you were.
So what is crazy? 3 Super Bowls, Hall of Fame, and Skip Bayless goes, so what? As if that's like something that every athlete does, bro. Most athletes don't even have a Super Bowl appearance. To have 3 chips is insane. That's a full life in the NFL. So what?
In the effing Hall of Fame.
Okay,
I got 3 Super Bowls.
So what?
So what?
He's way better than you were.
I'm better than
Way
you.
better.
Skip, what did I got to see what you do? You take personal shots.
No, I don't take personal shots. You started it.
Time out. You
I don't take personal shots. You started it. How did he take? Shannon Sharpe didn't take a personal shot at you, Skip. Like, stop that.
take a personal shot at me.
I didn't take a personal shot at you.
Wait a minute.
What are you talking about?
You would take a personal.
Put your glasses back on.
Can I finish?
He almost said, put your glasses back on.
You're willing to take a personal shot at me to say this man is better than me because I say he's playing bad this year?
Well, because you just
Go ahead.
you disrespect him. It's just
ahead.
so.
So you would just
you know what? It's beneath your
You would
dignity.
disrespect me to support him.
No, well, I'll support him over anybody because he's the greatest player who ever
Have
played
at
your
it.
game, and it's by
Have
far.
at it. Have at it.
Completely missed the point, but that was the moment that Cam and Shannon were talking about. How many views this has got? 780 views, and this is just one channel that's covering. I'm gonna holler at you guys in the next video, bro. But Shannon, I ain't gonna front. You won. Ever since you left Undisputed, you became the man, bro. Should I say Club Shake Shake? I'm gonna holler at y'all.